Expect a lot of political fireworks today in poll-bound Uttar Pradesh. Ahead of the assembly elections, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in Aligarh to lay the foundation stone of the Raja Mahendra Pratap Singh University, named after a noted Jat figure. The Prime Minister will be laying the foundation stone of the university at around 11:45 this morning, followed also by an address. Ahead of the Prime Minister's visit, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath visited the city to take stock of all the preparations on the ground. Once built, this university will provide affiliations to 395 colleges in Aligarh division. The university campus will be spread over a whopping 92 acres of land. The move is being seen by many as an attempt to woo a section of Jat voters who comprise really of a significant chunk of western Uttar Pradesh and are said to be miffed with the BJP over the farm laws. After the foundation stone ceremony, Prime Minister Modi will be visiting exhibition models of the Uttar Pradesh Defence Industrial Corridor. Now, besides that, another big development they were tracking from Uttar Pradesh. The Aam Aadmi Party is all set to mark its footing in UP ahead of the state assembly polls. The party will be flagging off its Tiranga Yatra, led by Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia and Rajya Sabha MP Sanjay Singh in Ayodhya today at 1 this afternoon, which is likely to make a stop at the Ram Temple as well. Both Sisodia and Sanjay Singh are likely to reach Ayodhya at 11 this morning and will meet with clerics at 12 p.m. A visit to Hanuman Gadi is scheduled as well. The yatra aims at distinguishing, according to AAP, the identity of Hindu religion and nationalism as opposed by AAP to BJP's alleged divisive version. Now, Ayodhya has been an epicenter in UP's poll battle, as prior to AAP leaders, you had AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi visiting the holy city to launch his campaign ahead of the polls next year.
इसका मकसद है कि तिरंगे के नीचे खड़े हर बच्चे के लिए अच्छी शिक्षा व्यवस्था हो, तिरंगे के नीचे खड़े हर व्यक्ति के लिए अच्छा रोजगार की व्यवस्था हो, उसको रिश्वत ना खिलानी पड़े, स्त्री पुरुषों में भेदभाव ना हो, कोई जाति छोटी ना हो, कोई बड़ी ना हो, सब बराबर हों। तिरंगे के नीचे जो खड़ा है वो भारतीय होना चाहिए। तो ये इसलिए उस तिरंगे के नीचे खड़े होकर हमको संकल्प लेना है और वो राजनीति स्थापित करनी है।
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has sparked a massive political row after saying that those who say Abba Jan took away all the ration for the poor before 2007. Yogi's remark did not go down with his political rivals, who accused him of communalizing the campaign and of targeting Muslims.
अब्बा जान कहने वाले राशन हजम कर जाते थे।
UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath sets the tone for state elections that are just a few months away. At an event in Kushinagar to launch development projects, it was this one comment by the CM that stood out.
क्या ये राशन 2017 के पहले भी मिलता था? क्योंकि तब तो अब्बा जान कहने वाले राशन हजम कर जाते थे।
Adityanath's remarks provoked sharp reactions from his political rivals.
इन्होंने जो प्रदेश का बजट लुटवा दिया, जो प्रदेश में कोई काम नहीं किया, उसका हिसाब मांगने की जरूरत है। वो हिसाब समाजवादी पार्टी मांगेगी और जनता को उसके आधार पर इन्हें सजा देने के लिए तैयार करेगी।
इस बार नौजवानों ने पूरा मन बना लिया है और मुख्यमंत्री से उनका सवाल है कि मुख्यमंत्री जी बताई ना भर्तियां कहिया होई। किसान पूछ रहा है कि मुख्यमंत्री जी बताई ना गन्नवा का पैसा कहिया मिली, दामवा कहिया बढ़ी।
Former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah accused the BJP of a single-point election agenda: hatred towards Muslims. The charge was rejected by the Saffron Party.
भाषा को भी हम धर्म के साथ जोड़कर, संप्रदाय के साथ जोड़कर सांप्रदायिक ध्रुवीकरण की बात करेंगे तो विपक्ष वास्तव में इसका दुरुपयोग करके ध्रुवीकरण कराना चाहता है। उत्तर प्रदेश के चुनाव से पहले उत्तर प्रदेश में सांप्रदायिक दंगा कराना चाहती है।
बिजली आ रही है क्या? कांग्रेस की सरकार के समय बिजली आती थी क्या? और अब्बा जान वालों की?
For the BJP, Hindutva once again seems to be the core election plank. Apart from his Abba Jan jibes, Chief Minister Adityanath also made it a point to take credit for the Ayodhya Ram Mandir.
अयोध्या में भगवान राम का भव्य मंदिर आप देख रहे हैं ना, क्या कांग्रेस रहती बनाती? क्या सपा रहती बनाती? क्या बहन जी रहती बनाती? क्या ओवैसी रहते तो क्या मंदिर बनाते?
Yogi Adityanath is facing one of his toughest political fights in Uttar Pradesh. The CM's latest remarks indicate that the Saffron Party is back to its tried and tested election formula as he tries to overcome the unexpected hurdles thrown up by the second COVID wave and farmer protests. Bureau Report, India Today.
अब्बा जान कहने वाले राशन हजम कर जाते थे.
Let's move on to another story this morning coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The new engineering syllabus for BTech students will now feature Lord Ram. As per the new curriculum, courses starting this academic session would have an optional subject of applied philosophy of Sri Ramcharitmanas. Now, this subject would teach about the engineering qualities of Lord Ram through a topic called the construction of the Ram Setu bridge as a unique example of engineering by Lord Ram. First-year graduation courses in Madhya Pradesh will have epics like the Mahabharata and Ramcharitmanas. In addition to yoga and meditation as part of the syllabus under the new education policy 2020, the Congress has also raised objections to the government's decision. The opposition party has demanded now that not just syllabus on Lord Ram but Quran be added also to the syllabus in what seems like a jibe at the Shivraj Singh Chauhan government. Let's move on now to other stories also that we're tracking this morning. Over the weekend, horrifying news that came in from Mumbai of a 32-year-old woman being raped, brutally assaulted and murdered. She unfortunately succumbed to her injuries after she was found lying in a pool of blood. This horrific incident has shaken the entire nation, raising the big question on safety of women in the financial capital of the country, Mumbai. Now, the accused, a 45-year-old, has been arrested and charged with murder. And in the midst of all this, unfortunately, what you're seeing is ugly politics. The Shiv Sena and BJP indulging, as always, in a face-off. And there have been a lot of questions about whether, amidst all this, Mumbai's Nirbhaya will actually get justice.
Tortured and raped when alive. Brutalized with an iron rod. Inflicted horrifying injuries in her private parts and internal organs. Left to die in a pool of blood. The Mumbai rape and murder case horrifying India. And now in death, she's focus of an ugly political face-off. The 32-year-old is in focus of a blame game unleashed by ruling Shiv Sena in Maharashtra. Sena's mouthpiece Samna targeted BJP without naming it, blaming what it called a Uttar Pradesh rape model for the crime. Sena pointed at the 45-year-old arrested accused who hails from Jaunpur in Uttar Pradesh and claimed a Jaunpur pattern has created dirt in Maharashtra. Samna hit out at the Yogi government over Hathras rape case, saying it never admitted the crime and instead burnt the victim's body to destroy proof.
हमने आरोपी को अरेस्ट कर लिया था, उसकी 21 तारीख तक पुलिस कस्टडी भी मिल गई है. उसे इन्वेस्टिगेशन करते हुए, इंटरोगेट करते हुए उसने अपना गुनाह कबूल किया है.
Sena's mouthpiece also slammed the National Commission for Women for meeting the victim's family and questioned why it did not visit Hathras.
आखिर क्या कारण है कि पिछले 1-1.5 हफ्ते से, बल्कि पिछले 1 माह से पूरे महाराष्ट्र में ऐसी घटनाओं में वृद्धि हुई? इसका मतलब पुलिस पर जनता का विश्वास नहीं है और अपराधियों का मनोबल बढ़ा हुआ है.
BJP hit out at Sena's rape politics, slamming it for raking up the native place of the accused. It pointed at the recent rape of a minor in Ulhasnagar and rapes in other districts, saying that Sena mindset encourages crime against women.
आरोपी होता है, वह कौन से प्रांत से है, इसका क्या लेना देना. दुर्भाग्य इस बात का है कि पुणे है, अमरावती है, लगातार बार बार पूरे महाराष्ट्र में इस प्रकार की दर्दनाक घटनाएं हो रही है।
Will indulging in political blame game serve justice to Mumbai's Nirbhaya? With Divyesh Singh in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's move on to some COVID-related updates this morning. In a huge boost for vaccinated Indians planning to travel abroad, the Covaxin may get the WHO nod by the end of this month. In an exclusive conversation with Niti Aayog member, Vaccine Panel Chief Dr. V.K. Paul, he's reiterated of the WHO approval for Covaxin, saying that it can be expected by September end. Applauding the vaccine pace, Dr. V.K. Paul called the 75 crore vaccination mark as significant in achieving full adult vaccination by the year end. He also said that vaccine hesitancy in the country has come down. Dr. V.K. Paul stressed on the need for making vaccines more accessible, citing gender parity. While cautioning about virus spread during the ongoing festive season, he added that it's important for everyone to keep masks on, whether it's Diwali or Christmas. Dr. Paul also said that experts are not sure if there will be a potent third wave in the country in the coming days, but COVID-appropriate protocol vaccination is key to avoid the same.
What about the approval for Covaxin by the World Health Organization, the emergency use listing?
I think very significant progress has taken place. There are positive signals from every quarter. We believe this could happen in the next few days, maybe a couple of weeks. And we are constantly engaged with the World Health Organization. We know that with data being provided by Covaxin, it is being respected hugely, and we are on track for an early licensure.
You're expecting the authorization to come in by September, the end of September?
Well, this is, we have been in touch with WHO. As you know, that they had stated somewhere mid-September, and I think they are on track for sorting this issue out. Yes, the milestone of 75 crore vaccinations having been administered to our people is truly a milestone. It's a tribute to Swatantrata ke Amrit Mahotsav, the 75th year of India's independence. It is a small but a significant tribute in that direction. Yes, indeed, consistency has to be important. Must be important as we go forward. Only then can we achieve the universal coverage of all the eligible population with the vaccine, as we have set out to do, and we are doing well. We can see that the pace of vaccination is increasing from about 20 lakh per day in May. We are now inoculating something like 75 lakh per day. So clearly there is an acceleration, and this has happened and has been achieved with the fullest cooperation of the people of India, the district teams, the grassroots teams, and the state and the union government. It's a collective effort. And we must also today pay tribute to the industry, the vaccine industry, which has made possible that this achievement could happen in India through the vaccines manufactured on Indian soil. So it is truly a proud moment. On overall balance is vaccine acceptance and eagerness. As you know, the pace has been picking up, so people are accepting vaccines, and that's how this is the status right now. But going forward, if we have to reach every adult individual, every eligible individual, then we have to make sure that people do accept the vaccination. So they need awareness, they need confidence that the vaccines are safe and effective and useful, and they protect themselves. And also it is our duty that we make access to vaccine easy, because I may be interested in taking a vaccine, but I must know where to go. And when you're looking at the heartland of India, the front line down to the community in every nook and corner of India, this expectation has to be met by the interest created in the individual, and the ease of accessing the vaccine, reaching out to those communities will be very important, and therefore extra effort would be needed.
And in parts of North India, it's not just COVID that we have to worry about, but viral fever also. In Delhi too, in the last few days, there's been an increase in the cases of fever among children, unfolding a crisis at hospitals in the city. Parents have to wait for long hours to get their ailing kids treated. Here's a report of what's the situation in the national capital.
Long admission lines, crowded hospital rooms. Delhi's Chacha Nehru Hospital is witnessing a steady spike in the number of kids being admitted.
मेरी बच्ची को 10 दिन से बुखार है, उसको मैं दिखाने के लिए लाया था, तो डॉक्टर ने कुछ ब्लड टेस्ट लिखे थे, वो आज मैंने ब्लड टेस्ट कराए हैं और इसका चेस्ट का एक्सरे भी कराया है। उसके बाद रिपोर्ट मिलेगी तो आगे प्रोसीजर होगा।
इसको बुखार चढ़ जाता है, उतर जाता है, इसका ठीक ही हो रहा है। हाँ।
कितने दिन से हो रहा है?
हाँ, ऐसे हो गए 4 दिन हो गए। दवाई इसको ला के खिलाई पर कुछ फायदा ही नहीं कर रही है।
For many families, inconclusive test results have made treatment difficult.
बहुत ज़्यादा नज़ला बह रहा है बच्चे में। अच्छा। और बच्चे चला भी नहीं जा रहा, ना उठा जा रहा है।
Hospital authorities say viral cases have more than doubled. Over 1,700 kids are now seeking treatment in the outpatient department against the usual number of 800.
जहाँ तक है वो वायरल फीवर ही है, क्योंकि 3 से 4 दिन में सेटल हो रहा है। प्रेजेंटेशन भी वायरल फीवर जैसा है, सर्दी खांसी बुखार के साथ बच्चे आ रहे हैं और जो टेस्ट करा रहे हैं उसमें भी कोई पॉजिटिविटी ज़्यादा नहीं है कि डेंगू पॉजिटिव नहीं आ रहा है, स्क्रब टाइफस भी पॉजिटिव नहीं आ रहा है। सो ये कॉमन वायरल इन्फेक्शन है, इवन कोविड भी नहीं है ये।
Doctors recommend wearing masks, ensuring hygiene and taking healthy food to reduce the risk.
मास्क पहना के रखें बच्चे को, क्योंकि फ्लू भी एक दूसरे से फैल सकता है, तो मास्क पहनना बहुत ज़रूरी है। साथ में बच्चे बार बार हाथ धोते रहें, जब भी घर में घुसते हैं तब हाथ धोएं, घर से निकल रहे हैं खेलने जा रहे हैं तो भी हाथ धोएं और बच्चों को बहुत भीड़ भाड़ वाले एरिया में अवॉइड करें।
With viral cases almost doubling over the past few weeks and a spike in cases among kids in neighbouring Uttar Pradesh, parents in Delhi too are getting nervous. With Sushant Mehra in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's get your day started off on the right note. Here's a story of hope that we bring to you in our Good News Today segment. In search of a new home, an Afghan family has landed in the city of joy in Kolkata. Fully aware of the challenges that await the family, their optimism has brought them to India. Here's their story.
Their search for safety and shelter brought them to Kolkata, where they're trying to build their lives from scratch.
बहुत अच्छा सा जिंदगी है हमारा, अपना घर लिया, लेकिन हमारा बगल में एक स्कूल है, अभी बच्चे उधर डालेगा स्कूल पढ़ाने के लिए, लेकिन अभी तो हम लोग बहुत खुशी हुआ।
The daughters who only know Pashto are learning new languages to communicate with people around them. The good news is they have already made friends.
موږ ته د خدای افغانستان نه جوړ کې خپل ملک مې ډېر یادېږي مې ډېر چې موږ بېرته خپل ملک ته باید ولاړ شو. موږ ته د خدای افغانستان نه جوړ کې د ده مور مې ډېر یادېږي او د ماشنا یې دی مې هغه ډېر یادېږي.
तुमको यहाँ पे अच्छा लगता है, तुम्हारी सहेलियाँ हैं?
हो कमाता दा जो ښه लगी.
अफगानिस्तान को भूल चुके हो?
या غم नहीं.
But memories haunt. Mohammad Khan tells us his 8-year-old daughter witnessed the murder of 4 people right in front of their house.
Mohammad Khan has left his home and country and come here from Afghanistan to India, and Kolkata is now his home. He hopes that one day life will be better than it was before. With camera person Prabir Biswas, Prema Rajaman, Howrah for India Today.